Hello everyone, welcome to yet another tutorial. Today we are going to look at how to create a cart animation like this in Blender. So you can see that the cart wheels are rotating, there is particle effects of dust, and there's a trail that is left behind by the cart wheels. If you look at the cart itself is moving up and down a little bit, and the wheels are following the contours of the plane. So there are a lot of things that we are going to cover in this tutorial or the series of these tutorials. So let's see how this is all done in Blender. All right. There's one more thing. It also has a sound, and we will add the sound in After Effects. Okay. So let me close this, and we are in Blender, and we're going to look at how to create this project starting with the modeling. So this class will cover the modeling. We'll use this default cube, and it is, we don't need the light, so I'm going to get rid of the light, and this cube is going to be the car. Okay, so there are going to be quite a few objects, so it's good to rename your objects. So our card, for modeling, the first thing I will do is hit the N key so we can see the scale, and I'm going to scale it 2 times in one axis, and I'm going to scale it say zero point 0.5 in this. So this is the basic card, and then I have scaled it. So I'm going to go to Object, Apply, and Transformation. All right, and then I'll hit the Tab key to go in Edit mode, and I'm going to inset the top face. So I'll only select the top face, deselect everything, select the top face, click on the Inset tool, and then we're going to create a little bit of an inset. And because we did freeze transformation, our inset distance from all the sides is same. Now we have to extrude it inside. So there are multiple extrude options. We're using the default extrude option and move it inside. I'll go to the side view by hitting the 1 on the numeric pad. If you don't have, you can simply click on these. All right, and then I went to the wireframe mode, and I'm going to drag this down until we get similar thickness. All right, so that's our cart. I'll get out of edit mode, and we will add a subdivision surface modifier and use level of 2. Then also go to object and do shade smooth. And again we'll go to tab, and now we'll bring back our geometry by adding more segments. So I'm going to use the cut loop, and I will create one here, and then I'll add one more, and then I can hit the S key in the X, in the Y. Okay, so that will, better to scale it this way. It's doing the same thing. So alright, so we get that one, and then I will do the edge loop again in this direction, make it 2, and scale, and then it is in X, so we'll scale it approximately the same distance, so you get this basic cart look. Alright, so we make the cart look uneven, we will use a lattice modifier. So we're going to go to add a lattice, and there are lattice options. We're going to use say 3 each. Let's say we get some extra lattice points, and then we will make this lattice approximately the size of our cart. And then we need to attach this lattice to the object. So select the object, go to modify panel, we will apply this, and then add a lattice modifier. We are going to use our lattice. Now select the lattice, and when you modify the lattice, the object will get modified. So we can all, I don't know whether it selects all, it does. Okay, so we can scale it in this direction to give it some roundness. If you want, you can scale it like this, or simply move the middle ones to bump it out. It can have one side taller than the other. Okay, so this comes up less. So some unevenness in the cart itself, uh, or maybe I want this to come up and this to go down. Whatever it is. Okay, so whatever cart you want to create, it's up to you. Just wanted to show how these different modifiers work. I think this unevenness in the middle looks better than on one side for me. So I'm going to use that. You can go to 3 key and then try to get that deformation even everywhere. So I'm happy with this. I'm going to go out of tab mode, select the object, and we will apply this, and now we can then get rid of the lattice. So we get this object. Now we will model our wheel. So I'll go to add, mesh, and I'm going to use a cylinder, and we don't need anything inside, and then the thickness is going to be, say, 0.3. Alright, and then I'll rotate this 90 degrees, and I'll hit the 1 key in the numeric pad to go to the side view, or you can click here to go to the side view, and I want to move this on the side. I want this cart to be above by, say, 1. I want this to be above by, say, 1 as well, minus 1. No, this one is 1, and this will be minus 1.2 or minus 1.3. Okay, so this is our wheel. I'm going to go to object, shade smooth, and we need thickness to this wheel, so I will go to the tab and I'm going to extrude it, and you can see that the extrude is not working, so we can use extrude along normals, and I'll extrude it out. Okay, and then I'm going to use extrude individual and again extrude it out. Okay, you can even scale it inside if you want a little bit. Then we'll get out of the mode and create a subdivision, so you get these tire marks if you want. Now we need to create the spokes, so we will again go to add, mesh, cylinder, and this time we will only use 8 because we need lesser number of spokes so they can be seen when they're animated. And here I'm going to use triangle. Alright, and then this will be 0.2, so it'll be smaller than our wheel, and then I'll rotate it. -90 degrees. Okay, and we are going to move it up by 1 meters like the other one, and move this minus 1.2, hit the 1 key in the numeric, minus 1.3, exactly the same as the other one. Alright, so if you go to the object display and go to viewport visibility, we'll say wireframe, and now we will add a lattice modifier, wireframe modifier. So it creates a wireframe. So these are our spokes, and then the spokes we are going to have big, nice and thick spokes, and I will make it relative. So when you make it big, they're bigger here and smaller here. Alright, and we need to crease the edges. So when we add subdivision, Okay, if we add a subdivision of 2, and if you don't crease it, this is how they want to look. Okay, so the crease, and then you can control the crease also. So you can create interesting design if you want for your spokes. And I'm going to get rid of the subdivision for now, uh, and then go to apply this and go to tab, and we will go to wireframe mode, hit the 3 on the numeric pad, and we don't want any of this, so I'm going to delete all these faces, delete faces. Okay, so we'll get rid of wireframe mode, and then go to tab to object mode, and then this is going to have subdivision after you delete those. So you get this interesting looking wheel, and we want these to be inside, so we can make this little smaller, so maybe 2.2, 2.2 here. Okay, so that looks like an interesting wheel. And now we need to make sure everything is zeros and ones. So this is object, apply transformations, so all zeros and ones, select this object, apply all transformations, and this object origin is in the center, so go to object, set origin to geometry, origin to geometry, select this one, object, set origin to geometry. This origin is fine. Okay, so I'm going to name this wheel tyre left. Let's say this one is wheel spokes left. Okay, so important to rename your objects, and then if you shift D this and move it 1.3, then this has to be right, and this has to be right. All right, so we got our geometry done, and in the next class we are going to look at how to do the rigging for animation. All right, so thank you very much.